to Back to Brag Sports WWE 2K17 GM Challenge Draft. That's a mouthful. Today we will start what I just said. We'll start the series with the draft. We have three GMs. First is occasional Wrestling Generations contributor, the Emazing E, aka EZE. His show. We'll do shows. I'll link up shows with GMs in a second. The other GMs is Wrestling Generations head admin and the guy who was doing the videos last year of the Wrestling Generations League and the CAW League for Back to Brag Sports, the Sea Dog. Third will be Luxas Aureaum, who also has his own I can't talk. His own YouTube channel, where he does his own little wrestling videos. Now these are three shows, linking them up. That's the Kagi Ninja Wrestling League. That'll be done by Luxas Aureaum. We can call him LA. He did the LA's WWE 2K17 showcases earlier this month. Emazing E will be doing M/DC Universe. Any comic book fans might understand what the M and DC mean. I think the everyday person who isn't into comic books probably will know what M and DC is. And the third is the WGL, Wrestling Generations League. And their show will be Universal War. That'll be just to continue. That'll be done by the Sea Dog. He'll just be continuing the CAW League and the Wrestling Generation Sim League combined. Oh, by the way, I am C, the producer, and I will be hosting, analyzing, and announcing all the draft picks. And we're about to get started here. Now, with this whole thing, with this, the GM Challenge has a few rules. Everyone will only have 5 matches on their weekly show. Everyone gets one pay-per-view. And between now and WrestleMania, which is when this ends, everyone will have to share a pay-per-view once. So LA and Sea Dog will share a pay-per-view 1 month. EZE and Sea Dog will share a pay-per-view 1 month. And Sea Dog and EZE will have to share a pay-per-view 1 month. Or LA. You get the picture. At the end, the winner, whoever has the most views and likes, will be the winner at the end of this all. I'm having trouble talking. It's like waking up early to do this was a bad idea. Now here's a list. We actually have some of the creator wrestlers who will be in this, who will be drafted, who might be drafted. Which, by the way, is not just WWE characters that are in the game that are available. You have created wrestlers and just created characters. I mean, I think you can tell by EZE's show that there's going to be some certain superheroes in the shindig. But anyway, we're getting ready for it. About to start the draft. Alright, any other rules? Now the winner of this gets control. Right now, the winner of this will get free dinner from the other two. They'll also get to run the WrestleMania show, the final show of the year. We're hoping this continues over to another GM Challenge next year that starts right after WrestleMania, and I'll be done with 2K18. Some rules are still up in the air. They'll be announced on the first shows. Every Saturday, the shows will be put out, and the likes and views between that Saturday and the next Saturday are the ones that count. After that, they won't matter, but we appreciate if you watch them anyway. You got to catch up and watch the advertisements too. What? Anyway, we're about to start the draft. This will be a snaking draft, meaning whoever starts one round will end the next one, and vice versa. Whoever's the last pick in the first round will be the first pick in the second round. Now, the order is as follows. The Sea Dog will go first for the WGL. Then Kagi Ninja will go second, so LA will have that second pick every round. And then Emazing E and his M/DC will end the first round and start the second round. Now, the first pick in the Back to Brag GM Challenge, the WGL Wrestling Generations League selects. Drum roll, please. Yeah, it's terrible drum roll. Triple H. Why Triple H? From someone who isn't big on Vince's boys, like Triple H, John Cena, Roman Reigns, is because he's the last Wrestling Generations Sim League World Champion. So that's their first pick. Kagi Ninja's first pick. Dean Ambrose. That'd be interesting to see what Kagi Ninja does. In their games, or in their videos on their own page, it's mostly ninjas. But Dean Ambrose is first pick. Now, with the first pick, final pick in round one, first pick for M/DC, Emazing E selects the Joker. I would have guessed he would have picked Superman first. Now, second round. Emazing E selects for the M/DC Batman. Well, I guess we got our first rivalry for that show. Now, Kagi Ninja selects with their second pick in the second round. Scorpion from Mortal Kombat. So there's their first ninja. Now with Wrestling Generations' second pick, they select Stephanie McMahon. Why would they select that? Well, Wrestling Generations Sim League's women champion is Stephanie McMahon, and now I think they're building also a faction, the Authority here. And with the third pick in the third round, Wrestling Generation League selects Samoa Joe. Well, you got more of that little faction growing. Also, according to the Sea-Dog, Samoa Joe is the uncrowned WWE champion, seeing how Randy Orton was supposed to defend the WWE championship against Bray Wyatt, then Bray Wyatt went to Raw, then the rematch suddenly wasn't a world title rematch. Bray Wyatt beat him, however, so according to the Sea-Dog, Bray Wyatt was the uncrowned WWE champion. And then Bray Wyatt may have lost someone on the way to that 5-way at Extreme Rules. Either way, they all wrestled, those 5 guys all wrestled each other leading up to that 5-way, and the winner of that 5-way, bam, Samoa Joe. So there's your number 1 uncrowned WWE champion. And according to the Sea-Dog, he was also a number 1 contender for the the Wrestling Generation Sim League world title. So, man. So that'd be interesting if he's supposed to contend for Triple H's title. Will he not be in a faction with Triple H, as he sorta is in real WWE? I mean, kind of weird now. Hunter and Steph haven't been on WWE for a while, but he kind of became the right-hand man. Anyway, I think I analyzed that enough. The second round pick for Kagi Ninja is Alexa Bliss. Not a ninja, but a good way to start your women's division, if they have one. Marvel vs. DC. Easy selects in the 3rd round. Laura Croft. Looks like everyone's got their women's division started. Right now, belt-wise, everyone's sticking with 4 belts, I think, though. The Sea-Dog was talking about having more, like up to 6. But we're not sure what. Actually, after this, there'll be a WWE 2K17 marathon with the Sea-Dog. Transitioning. He calls it the transitioning, as he transitions Wrestling Generation Sim League and the CAW League into the WGL for the GM Challenge. Anyway, Marvel/DC in the 4th round selects Nathan Drake from Uncharted. Now Kagi Ninja select in the 4th round Michael Myers from Halloween. Not a ninja, but interesting selection. Be a good heel for that show. Now with the 4th pick in the draft, WGL selects Jimmy Uso. And they follow that up in the snake draft with the 5th round pick, Jey Uso. I guess we know who their tag champs are, who they're starting their tag division off with. And Jimmy and Jay are not just the SmackDown Live Tag Team Champions, but they're the Wrestling Generation League Tag Team Champions. Now, Kagi Ninja's 5th pick, they select Carmella. Apparently they went to fabulousness in their league for the women's division. They got their first 2 women. And now Marvel vs. DC make their 2 consecutive picks in the 5th and 6th round. Their 5th round pick is Leonardo from the Ninja Turtles, if you couldn't tell. That was kind of obvious. And their Marvel vs. DC, I don't know if I'm allowed to say that. Easy selects Raphael. I wonder if they're going to be doing a tag team together. Now you just have to survive 4 more picks to get the other turtles, if that's what he wants to do. Kagi Ninja is shown. They're selecting pop culture characters, comic book and whatnot, with selections like Mike Myers and Scorpion. Well, Scorpion's kind of an indie, but even still. With their 6th pick, Kagi Ninja selects Darth Vader. We don't have a Darth Vader here, so we use that icon. Interesting pick. You know, he sort of is a ninja if you think about it. I mean, if I had to fight Vader or a ninja, I think I'd rather fight a ninja. I don't know if LA would agree with that. Luxas would agree with that. We'll see what happens when Vader faces a ninja in the Kagi Ninja League. Now, with the final pick in the 6th round, Wrestling Generation League selects The Miz. Miz, who was Intercontinental Champion for this game when it was released, is the current Raw Intercontinental Champion. I don't know if that's why the Sea Dog selected him or not. That's his pick. That's odd selection if anyone knows the Sea Dog. He's not huge on the guys who are more WWE than actual wrestling ability. But with their 7th pick, Wrestling Generations League selects Mr. McMahon. That's an interesting pick. Do believe he was in the title hunt in the Wrestling Generations League, so that might be why he's getting him. Maybe he's building a McMahon-Helmsley Authority faction first. Kind of makes sense. Kind of have that authority figure established. Oh, he grabbed the Miz first before finishing that little group. With the 2nd pick in the 7th round, Kagi Ninja selects Ninja Gaiden. That would be from the video game series. And another ninja to the list for Kagi Ninja. Now, Easy selects for M/DC. Final pick in the 7th round. Spider-Man. He didn't go for the Ninja Turtles. I don't know if he doesn't want Donatello and Michelangelo, or he just feels he needs to get Spider-Man while he can. And with his 8th pick, he selects, he being Easy E, for the Marvel DC Universe. Screw it. We all know it's Marvel DC. Not hiding anything. Even if he has selected people out of the Marvel DC League, or universes. Anyway, Marvel DC selects the Sea Dog. The Sea Dog, that's created character of the GM of the Wrestling Generations League. Selected by Easy for the Marvel DC Universe. He's gonna get beat up by all the superheroes, man! Entering selection, the Sea Dog actually is the current CAW League Submissions Champion. That's an odd. It was a unexpected pick, especially so early. We'll see how that all works out. That might be the first steal of the draft. Kagi Ninja in the 8th round. About to make their selection. They select Wonder Woman. This is starting to be the round of steals. I would expect Marvel DC. That would have been one of their earlier picks. I would think that would be their women's champion, or their first female character selected, especially with the movie just coming out, and being so successful. Yeah. So Kagi Ninja grabs Wonder Woman. Good warrior for that kind of a warrior-based promotion in Kagi. Wrestling Generations now about to make their pick, 8th round pick. They select Charlotte Flair, and they follow that up with their 9th round pick. Becky Lynch, 2 of the 4 horsewomen. I guess they got their first challengers for Stephanie McMahon and her WGL title, if that's coming over, or what's going on with that. But yeah, after this, we might see what's going on with the women's division, all the divisions of WGL, with the transition marathon, as it's being titled, I'm hearing now. Kagi Ninja, about to make their selection in the 9th round. Kagi Ninja selects the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. Bret Hart. Not sure which one he's using. Honestly, he might use one that, the created version. I don't put that past LA. I've seen him use created versions of characters, even when that character is in the game. So, with the final pick in the 9th round, Marvel vs. DC selects. I'll just acapella the music while I'm scrolling to characters. Time to get aboard the ho! There he is. Ra's al Ghul is the 9th pick for Marvel vs. DC. And with the 10th pick, Marvel vs. DC select. And I'm surprised The Godfather made this game, on a side note. At least such a dirty, I mean, not dirty, but pimping, making it hoe train and all that being left in there. Not very PG. Anyway, sorry. The first pick in the 10th round by Marvel vs. DC is Superman. He definitely went later than I would have expected. We was able to get him and keep him. Yeah, I really thought that was the first pick, but he fell all the way to 10. Now we see who Kagi Ninja's 10th pick is. With the 10th pick in the draft, Kagi Ninja selects Spider-Man Noir. Alright, that's obviously not a picture of him. Now, for those who don't know who Spider-Man Noir is, he is an alternate universe version of Spider-Man set back in the black and white movies era. Google him. He's kind of cool. He was in the Shattered Dimensions game, and when you play that game, most of his gameplay is stealth, which is sort of ninja-like. So that'll be interesting. Now, with the 10th pick, the Wrestling Generations League selects Bailey! Who wants a hug? And they'll follow that up with the first pick in the 11th round. Beep, 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 beep. Boop, 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 boop. Sasha Banks, they've gotten all 4 of the 4 horsemen women. I mean, I knew Sea-Dog wanted all 4 horsewomen. Grabbed them all at once. Like, fast as he could once he selected one. He probably wasn't sure whether Kagi Ninja was going to go for him, because their draft has been pretty all over the place. They've gotten steals. Actually, Dean Ambrose, that second pick, that might have been a steal, because I think Sea-Dog wanted the Shield back together again in the Wrestling Generation League. So we go to the second pick in the draft, and it goes to Kagi Ninja, and he selects Spider-Woman. Not sure if that's a steal. I'm not sure if Marvel vs. DC wanted her, but they're not getting her. Who they are getting is their 11th round pick, and that is Supergirl. That Supergirl kind of looks like Emma. Anyway, Supergirl goes to Marvel vs. DC with the 11th round pick. And the 12th round pick going to Marvel vs. DC is Poison Ivy. Very green version of Poison Ivy. Going to Marvel vs. DC in the 12th round. Kagi Ninja. Now, we'll go make their 12th pick. James Ellsworth. I guess that'll be to manage Carmella. It'll be interesting to see if we see him wrestle at all. Now, with the 12th pick in the draft, Wrestling Generations League selects beep boop boop beep beep bop beep bop boop boop beep Big E Langston. Are we not supposed to say Langston, WWE? Vince, are we not supposed to say Langston anymore? In WGL, we'll follow the 12th pickup of Big E with the 13th pick, Xavier Woods. So apparently looks like they're going with the New Day over at WGL, Wrestling Generations League. Sorry, I burped. Starting to build up their tag team division, it appears. Now, with Kagi Ninja's 13th pick, they select Chris Jericho. Not sure if they're going with current Chris Jericho or retro, but there you go. That is their 13th pick, the unlucky 13. Or is it unlucky? Very interesting track. They were having Xavier Woods, Chris Jericho, and Marvel vs. DC's 13th pick, Donatello. You know, considering the competition is Kagi Ninja, Marvel vs. DC, if they wanted the Ninja Turtles, they really probably shouldn't have waited. Rolling, 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 rolling. Keep rolling, 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 rolling. Rolling, rolling, rolling. Now with the 14th pick, Marvel vs. DC. No surprise in who they would pick. Michelangelo. They've acquired all the Ninja Turtles. Were able to get them before Kagi Ninja added mutant ninjas to their brand. Speaking of Kagi Ninja, with their 14th pick, they select Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Probably the most martial arts based or related wrestler from the 80s. Fits in pretty good with Kagi Ninja, I would say. 14th pick for Wrestling Generation League. They select Kofi Kingston, no big surprise, to round out the New Day. See who Wrestling Generations League follows that up with, as they select Adam Rose, or currently known as Aldo Rose in the Independent League. This looks more like the Independent League version, as his hair is cut. Actually, last summer, Kofi and Aldo Rose teamed up in Wrestling Generations League's WrestleOlympics as a unified Team Africa. So it'd be interesting if that's why Adam Rose was selected right after Kofi. See what happens with that. Anyway, moving on, the 15th pick for Kagi Ninja is Shinsuke Nakamura. Interesting pick. He's got that mixed martial arts background, has a lot of kicks, martial arts related. You know where I'm getting with this. He fits pretty good with that whole Kagi Ninja thing. I need to work on my pronunciation. Especially as now I pronunciate the 15th pick for Marvel vs. DC, which is Harley Quinn. I wonder how many people who will be following this will be happy that, oh yay, Harley Quinn's together with Joker. Oh, they have such a great love. No, they don't. That's such an abusive relationship. Sorry. I am very annoyed by people who post memes of Joker and Harley Quinn being in love and like it's such a great romance. It's not. It's terrible. You know what's a better relationship, and that's not a good one either, is Catwoman and Batman. Which, by the way, Catwoman, the 16th pick for Marvel vs. DC. Oh. Wow, that was bad. Anyway, Kagi Ninja's pick in the 16th round is Sister Abigail. Interesting. Sister Abigail's kind of whatever you think she should be. I mean, according to WWE, she's dead and burnt up, buried, and baptized all over Bray Wyatt. Speaking of Bray Wyatt, with the 16th pick, Wrestling Generations League selects Bray Wyatt. I'm not sure if that's a steal now. I'm not sure if that's where Kagi Ninja was going, whether they were going to get Bray Wyatt after Sister Abigail. Kagi Ninja's kind of in a bad place in this draft. They don't get any consecutive picks. So, they can't just be like WGL was with like Big E, Xavier. Good, we got the New Day. Or like Marvel DC was like Donatello, Michelangelo. But anyway, small disadvantage for Kagi, but they always got that second pick in each round. So it's always 2 picks them, 2 picks them. Now, WGL follows up the Bray Wyatt pick in the 16th round with their 17th pick. So, Kevin Owens, the current United States champion. Was he United States champion when this game was released? Well, he's 17th pick for Wrestling Generation League, at least. And with the 17th pick, Kagi Ninja selects Sin Cara. He's got a mask like a ninja. Considering he doesn't botch. Alright. The botch Sin Cara is gone. Alright. Sin Cara 2, Sin Cara Negro, Hunico. That's Sin Cara's now. And he needs to stop getting a bad rep. And he needs to be in the freaking 205 Live. Let him do some work there. Anyway, sorry, ranting. Now we move on to Marvel versus DC's 17th pick. They select the Shredder from the Ninja Turtles. So Ninja Turtles have someone to rival with now. And Marvel vs. DC. Ooh, gosh, I'm having trouble speaking today. I must pronunciate every time I mess up until I forget to pronunciate. In the 18th pick, Marvel vs. DC select Deathstroke. I don't know whose song I'm singing off the top of my head. That's gonna be eating at me. But anyway, bam, Rey Mysterio, Kagi Ninjas, 18th pick. I have 2 luchadors in a row for Kagi Ninja. And time for Wrestling Generations League to select their 18th round pick, which is Kalisto. That may be a steal. I don't know if Kagi Ninja was going for all the top luchadors in WWE. But, Wrestling Generations League grabs him. Side note, Kalisto won the Cruiserweight gold medal in WrestleOlympics for Mexico. Now we move on to the 19th round. Wrestling Generation League gets the first pick in that round, and they select Curtis Axel. Will they be doing the Miz Taraj? I guess we'll wait and see. As we wait to see who Kagi selects in the 19th round. Randy Savage is the 19th pick for Kagi Ninja. Their draft is all over the place. They got pop characters, video game characters, ninjas, WWE legends, luchadors. It's interesting. Anywho, Marvel vs. DC in the 19th round select the Hulk, and they're going with the 70s Hulk, Lou Ferrigno look, it looks like, from Marvel vs. DC. Can't wait for that Superman Incredible Hulk matchup, if that ever happens. And with the 20th pick, Marvel vs. DC select boom, 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 She-Hulk. Wonder if She-Hulk and Hulk will match each other, or whether Easy was like, "Hey, I got the Hulk, might as well get the She-Hulk." And Kagi Ninja now, making their 20th round pick. Select Bruce Lee. Yep. Thought I had something interesting to say about Bruce Lee, but no. I got nothing. Heath Slater, the 20th pick for Wrestling Generations League. I wonder if that's a follow-up to Curtis Axel, or are they bringing in the Social Outcasts? Or maybe, their next pick will be, Wrestling Generation League's next picks will be Rhino. I don't know. We'll see right now. With the 21st pick, Wrestling Generation League selects Bo Dallas. Alright, we got... Okay. So, what appears they are taking the gold medal winning team for USA, the Social Outcasts. They won the gold medal in 6-man wrestling in Wrestle Olympics last summer. And it looks like they've just selected that group, keeping them together. And they selected Adam Rose, so they got the whole Social Outcasts, keeping them around. That's interesting to some. Some people are probably like, why? Well, that gold medal in the Wrestle Olympics might be why. Now, Kagi Ninja selects... They select Lana. Kagi Ninja has a fascination with Lana, by the way, I think. Anyway, select Lana, and it's to wrestle. I'm being told. It's not just to manage. So, I mean, maybe they'll select... Kagi Ninja will select Rusev. Rusev kind of has that MMA style, mixed martial arts style in WWE. So maybe that's their next pick. And Lana will also manage, but I am being told Lana will wrestle for Kagi Ninja. Now, Wrestling Generations League's 22nd pick is... Roderick Strong. The 23rd pick in the draft for Wrestling Generations League is Rob Carnage. Okay, this is kind of interesting. Now, Roderick Strong and Rob Carnage were entered in by Rob Marino in the CAW League, but the broadcast ended because of the studio issue before they could even have a match, or before Roderick could even have a match, really. So they never got the team. So it looks like the team of Rob Carnage and Roderick Strong, entered by Rob Marino. I believe the first CAW League entrance drafted by Wrestling Generation League, and it's a tag team. So it would be interesting to see these two together finally. Rob Carnage, first adding Rob to his name, which is probably good considering the Marvel vs. DC. They could end up drafting a Carnage, so we don't want two Carnages, the exact same name, running around. It's added face paint to his character as well. I kind of veered off there. Anyway, with the second pick in the 23rd round, Kagi Ninja selects Braun Strowman. Anyone knows they pretty much have him doing the exact same thing the Great Khali was doing in his entrance. Walk out, get to the top of the ramp, and yell with both arms up. Anyway, Braun Strowman, the second pick in the 23rd round, going to Kagi Ninja. Dude's not a ninja, but pretty badass. I'm very impressed with Braun. Anyway, with the 23rd pick, Marvel vs. DC selects Foot Soldier, number 1. Number 1? Okay. With the Marvel vs. DC, Marvel/DC's 23rd pick is Foot Soldier number 1. With the 24th pick, it's Foot Soldier number 2. It's the tag team for Marvel vs. DC, or Marvel/DC universe. And probably gonna manage Shredder, I imagine. Now we go to Kagi Ninja as they draft their 24th pick, who is Sting. Which Sting they use, I'm not sure. It was a selection of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I know somebody who's hosting another league. He'd probably have all 5 and maybe a created Sting, duke it out to decide which Sting they use. Oh, so it would be interesting. Honestly, they could use all 5 Sting, rotate if they wanted. Though that would kind of mess up their the standings. Sorry. They'd have to follow their own track their own standings if they use multiple Stings. Though, if they're going to use multiple Stings at the same time, they have to do it with separate draft picks. So if he wants more than one Sting, like maybe an all-Sting tag team or an all-Sting faction, I wonder if that's possible. Can you make an all-Sting faction? Like 5 Stings? Anyway, he'd have to draft Sting 5 times. Unless we change the rules. Because Marvel DC drafted 2 Foot Soldiers. I mean, if I would have been okay with draft 1 Foot Soldier and then as, hey, can I have multiple Foot Soldiers? I'd maybe be okay with that. Hey, we'll see how that works out. As we move on to the final pick in the 24th round, going to Wrestling Generations, Rusev. Well, I guess Lana's not managing Rusev in Kagi Ninja. Rusev, been absent from WWE television, will be on Back to Brag television. WGL in particular. Rusev, on a side note, was your gold medal winner for heavyweight men's submission in Wrestle Olympics, and also won the gold medal Rumble in the closing ceremonies. Yeah, just let you know that. So, Wrestling Generations' 25th pick is... Sorry, the heck? Darth Vader's using the Force on me. Eddie Roger is the 25th pick for Wrestling Generations from Uncharted. That is actually a CAW selection. I'm being told the Eddie Roger we're looking at isn't the Eddie Roger that's going to be used. It's going to be an Eddie Roger entered by Graham Morgan. But yeah, that's a CAW League pick. Eddie Roger had just entered the CAW, and I think had 1 or 2 matches. But now we'll be in the combined Wrestling Generation League. As we move on to Kagi Ninja's 25th pick. I might have ruined the surprise. As their 25th pick is HBK Shawn Michaels. The 25th pick for Marvel/DC is Robin. So Batman has a tag team partner now, I suppose. I mean, who knows what's going to go on in these leagues. I mean, the only one you really know for sure probably is is Wrestling Generations League. I'm being told they'll have the World Heavyweight, a tag team, and a women's title, but that secondary title is yet to be determined. Being told that in the WGL Transitions Wrestling Generations Transition Marathon coming up, that will be decided in a 10-man Rumble, Royal Rumble. We'll see. That is, wait and see. Anyway, how'd I get to that from a Robin pick? 26th round now starts as Marvel/DC selects the Riddler. That looks like a Batman Forever Riddler, done by Jim Carrey. Now Kagi Ninja's 26th pick is tipping on out the way. Elvis Presley goes to Kagi Ninja. And he was into karate. And WGL now gets their 26th pick. They select that night. Luke Gallows is WGL's 26th pick. I think we can all guess who their 27th pick is. Carl Anderson. They have the club. Bullet Club. For life. Anyway, Kagi Ninja selects in the 27th round Papa Shango. Interesting selection. And now we go to DC Marvel. Marvel versus DC. Marvel/DC selects Solomon Grundy. Did you know he was born on a Monday? He'll be wrestling on Saturday. And you can see it every day on Back to Brag Sports. Anyway, as we move on to the 28th round, Marvel/DC selects they select the Ultimate Warrior. That's their first that's their first actual character from the game selected by Marvel vs. DC. Now we go to Kagi Ninja. Kagi Ninja in the 28th round selects SmackDown Live Champion Jinder Mahal. I guess he did. Interesting select from Kagi, unexpected. And we go to the 28th pick for Wrestling Generations. Luke Harper is the 28th pick for Wrestling Generations League. Could they be bringing back the Wyatt family? Bray Wyatt also being drafted so far. Maybe we'll see with their 29th pick as they select Paige. Alright, maybe not. Maybe they're not rebuilding the Wyatt family. Or maybe they just figure Eric Rowan will go late. But they've drafted Paige. And now we wait for Kagi to pick. Their 29th pick is Kagi, the Kagi Ninja. I'm being told Kagi and Gaiden will be their tag team champions. And I hear Bruce Lee will be like the secondary champion? Is that right? Oh, we'll see. Find out on Kagi Wrestling League. Kagi Ninja Wrestling League. Kagi Ninja World Wrestling League is what it's called. And now we move to Marvel/DC as they make their 29th pick. They select Wolverine. Makes perfect sense. Though the claws won't be a factor. And we move to the 30th round as Marvel/DC select Storm from the X-Men. More Marvel. Wonder if there'll be an X-Men faction. Probably need more X-Men. But we go to Kagi Ninja as they make their 30th pick. And their 30th pick is Austin Aries. Yeah. Another unexpected pick. And we go to Wrestling Generation Leagues, who selects Alberto Del Rio. Will they be teamed up, or will him and Paige be around together? Word is they broken up, though, in real life. So, we'll wait and see about that one. Now we go to round 31, where Wrestling Generations League will start this round, and they select Naomi, the current SmackDown Live Women's Champion. Now we move on to Kagi as they select Mandy Rose, NXT wrestler, tough enough veteran. Haven't seen much of Mandy Rose in NXT yet, only a couple times. See how she does in Kagi Ninja, not being a ninja and everything. And Marvel vs. DC makes the last pick in the 31st round. They select Batgirl, using the 1968 version. Now we go on to the 32nd round. Marvel vs. DC selects Kim Kardashian. Alright. Kim Kardashian's gonna be mixing up with the superheroes, I guess, or maybe she'll be a manager. I'm not sure. We'll see how that goes. I wonder if the rear view is gonna be her finisher. Maybe that earthquake finisher, that one will work. The running butt move in the corner, that'd be good for Kim Kardashian. Anyway, Fem Ninja, or female Kagi, is the 32nd pick for Kagi Ninja. Now we move on to the last pick in the 32nd round. Going to Wrestling Generations League, Nikki Bella. Now, Nikki Bella actually was the Wrestling Generation League Tag Team Champion with what I'm being told is the first pick in the 33rd round of this draft. Brie Bella. Yeah, those Nikki and Brie were the WGL Women's Tag Champion. I guess they currently are. I hear Dan O'Brien or John Cena will represent them in the 10-man Rumble to see if the secondary title won't be a tag title. Women's tag title, that is. As we move on to the second pick in the 33rd round, going to Kagi as always. Kagi Ninja World Wrestling League selects Ty Dillinger. That pick was a perfect 10. Oh, he should have gone in the 10th round. I'm just saying. Should have gone in the 10th round. And the final pick in the 33rd round, going to Marvel/DC, is Black Widow from Marvel, Avengers being more specific. Let's see what Easy follows that up with for Marvel/DC. As he selects in the 34th round, going to Marvel/DC, Red Skull, another Marvel character, this time a villain. Let's see where Kagi Ninja goes with this pick, because he's been all over the place. Kagi Ninja selects Black Mask. Kind of a combination of Marvel vs. DC's last two picks, Black Widow and Red Skull. What do you get if they have a baby? Black Mask. And we go to the last pick in the 34th round. Going to WGL is The Undertaker. But which Undertaker? Or should I say who? No, I shouldn't say who. That doesn't make sense. Who Undertaker? We'll see which Undertaker gets selected or used, or if they rotate them over at WGL. Kind of got that same situation Kagi has with the Ninjas. I'm not the Ninjas, with the Stings. Now we start the 35th round with Wrestling Generation League as they draft not the Bear, but one half of the CAW Tag Champions, the Bears, Cuddle Buddy. For those who don't know, Cuddle Buddy in the CAW, that was entered by Christian Baccialupi. He entered the tag team called The Bears, which was a combination of Cuddle Buddy, which was a Barney-esque bear mouse looking thing. So pretty much like someone wrestling in a kids show costume that's kind of like Barney, but it's a bear that kind of looks like a mouse. Yeah, but they were the CAW Tag Champions. Now let's move on to Kagi Ninja. It's kind of odd if they're gonna if WGL is gonna draft the other bear, which is like supposed to be an actual bear, kind of ode to the wrestling bears. You'll see sometimes that whole gimmick promotion. Kind of odd you do one half right before you have to wait for picks. Though, I don't see any CAW wrestlers being picked by Kagi Ninja or Marvel / DC, but oh, we'll see. Kagi Ninja selects with their 35th pick. Rorschach. Kagi Ninja select Rorschach, who they called Mr. Nobody. Was he called Mr. Nobody in Watchmen? I don't know. Either way, they have Rorschach on Kagi Ninja. Now we move on to the last pick in the 35th round, going to Marvel / DC, which is Vin Diesel. Interesting pick. I guess you can always be like, he's Dom, he's Triple X, he's I'm blanking on the space character he was with the eyes. You know who I'm talking about, Pitch Black, and he was in the other movies, which probably had Riddick. Yes. Anyway, we move on to the 36th pick. And with the 36th pick, Marvel selects they select Green Arrow, or Arrow if you want to call him that. Looks a lot like the Arrow from Arrow, the show, that is, as opposed to blah blah. Oh my gosh, look at that over there! Distraction. As Kagi Ninja selects in the 36th pick Arnold Schwarzenegger, aka the Terminator. It's interesting Terminator there. But yeah, that's their pick. That's actually, I'm hearing, is a steal. WGL was interested in the Terminator. Thought they could get him late. I don't know why they thought they could get him late, considering Marvel vs. DC has shown they were going outside of just their cartoon characters, or comic book characters, and other pop icon characters, such as the Terminator. But Kagi Ninja grabs him. But anyway, we go to Wrestling Generation League's 36th pick, and they select, yes, they're selecting Victor the Wrestling Bear from CAW. So they're bringing in Dub Bears, the CAW Tag Champs. And now, with the 37th pick, WGL selects Kazuchika Okada, the Rainmaker. Now, this is a CAW character. It's a created wrestler, but it's not from the CAW. Not like Roderick Strong. Roderick Strong was made by somebody and entered. Obviously, this was made by somebody, but quick review of CAW. CAW was an actual competition. People entered their characters with a 87 attribute limit, and they just make them however they want, and they enter them, and, you know, they watch and root for their character they entered. Kazuchika Okada, it was downloaded and will be critiqued and attributes and other things tweaked as seen fit by Wrestling Generation League, as opposed to, like, take Roderick Strong, who was entered in by Rob Marino. He could make the attributes, I would say that wouldn't be Roderick Strong's real attributes, so to speak. Like, he could make Roderick Strong as, you know, 100% strength, or however strong they allow, you know, Roderick Strong to be in the... But anyway, we move on. Kazuchika Okada is not a CAW entrant per se, but he's still a great wrestler. I don't know, some of you might get that, some of you might not. We move on. As Kagi Ninja selects another guy we don't have downloaded, Mayor McCheese from McDonald's. Okay. Mayor McCheese. Whatever. Marvel/DC now make their selection with their final pick in the 37th round, or the final round in the 30th. With the final pick in the 37th round, I can talk, I swear. Marvel/DC select Magneto from Marvel/X-Men, or X-Men to be more specific. Oh, they follow that pick up with, in the 38th round, Mystique, which isn't spelt right, I don't think. It just says Mystic. Mystique is Marvel/DC's 38th pick. Kagi Ninja now makes their pick as they select the Monopoly Man. Alright. Kagi Ninja going all over the place. Now, Wrestling Generation League with the 38th pick. Select AJ Styles is the 38th pick for Wrestling Generation League. Kind of surprising he went this late, even with the way things are with the Wrestling Generation League and Kagi Ninja and Marvel/DC. But he drops all the way to the 38th round. WGL could add him to the club. See where that goes. Now, to start the 39th round, Wrestling Generation League has a pick, and they select from the CAW the character known as the Mexican. Mexi, uppercase M, little e, little x, little I, dash, can, all uppercase CAN. Get it? That was character entered by Juan Merriman. I'm being told he's changing the name of the character to Juan Merriman, the Mexican. I don't know. We'll see when he sends us in the character. At least the WWE 2K17 version of the character, because we only have the WWE 2K16 version of the character. A little backstory. He's the #1 contender for the CAW submission title, and his style was like luchador/MMA. We move on. As Kagi Ninja in the second pick of the 39th pick round. Second pick, 39th round, Kagi Ninja selects Another person not downloaded or created is the Bionic Woman. I wonder if they're going to draft the $6 million man. Anyway, Marvel/DC, final pick in the 39th round. Select The Flash from DC Comics. And we move on to the 40th pick. Is this a final? No. Oh, this is a 45 round. 45 rounds. So this is the 40th pick in this 45 round draft. Marvel/DC selects Lady Gaga. Okay. Okay. Lady Gaga goes to Marvel/DC. Okay. Kagi Ninja now makes their pick. With the second pick in the 40th round, they select Paris Hilton. A, what? B, what? C, what? Wow, talk about irrelevant back to relevancy. As much as being selected on this show makes you relevant. Paris Hilton going to Kagi Ninja. Now, with the last pick in the 40th round, WGL selects Victoria the Queen. That's a CAW character that was actually entered in by Wrestling Generations. It was a kind of an evil version of a female default character. And she finished out CAW the Women's Champ. So we'll see what things look like with her after the transition. Now we go on to the 41st round. WGL has that first pick. And they select boop, 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 boop. Gavin Fletcher, a.k.a. Gavin Knotts, a.k.a. the CAW World Champion. So they drafted both their World Champions and their Tag Champion, really, pretty late. And that's interesting considering their Submission Champion went to Marvel/DC in like the 10th round, or a lot earlier than expected. That was like the 8th round, wasn't it? So, WGL gets their CAW League champions pretty late in the draft. Yeah, the Sea-Dog Submission Champion Sea-Dog went in the 8th round. They waited all the way to the 40th to get their World Champion, and they got him last. It's kind of odd, but I guess they still figured those 4 wrestlers would go that late. And now we go on to the second pick in the 41st round. Going to Kagi Ninja. Paul Bear going to Kagi Ninja. It's interesting. Not sure who he's going to be managing, or if he's going to be wrestling, or what's going on with that. Anyway, we'll move on to Marvel/DC as they make their pick in the 41st round. They select Lex Luthor. Superman has a rival now. And Marvel/DC will start the 42nd round. Time to enunciate some more. with the 42nd round starting. Marvel/DC Select. The Green Goblin, some would say the Lex Luthor of Marvel. At least the original Green Goblin. We now move to Kagi Ninja's 42nd pick as they select Enzo Amore. Not an interesting pick for them. As we go on to the last pick in the 42nd round for Wrestling Generation League, as they select CW Anderson. Is that a CW character? No word if this is a... I mean, for those who don't know, CW Anderson was an ECW wrestler. Still wrestling in the indies. I think he's in his 40s. He used to be, Okay, I'm getting too much into his backstory. Anyway, ECW wrestler, the Extreme Horseman. He's being drafted by oh my gosh, WGL. No, he wasn't in CAW. Is this and we don't know whether he's been entered by somebody or this is a Wrestling Generations someone they're gonna take and try to make him as much as the real CW as possible. We'll probably find that out later and let you know when we do, or maybe they'll announce it on their show. I don't know. We move on as WGL makes their first pick in the 43rd round. Well, their only pick in the 43rd round, but it is the first pick in the 43rd round overall. And they select Perry Saturn. Again, not sure. He wasn't in the CAW. I'm not sure if someone entered him or this is the Wrestling Generations. They just want Perry Saturn in there and they will make him as much as Perry Saturn as possible. As those experts at Wrestling Generation analyze wrestlers, they have an expertise as how these guys should be, as they're gonna do with Okada. Now we go to Kagi Ninja as they make their 43rd pick. They have selected Jack Gallagher from 205 Live, the Cruiserweight division. He'll be going into Kagi Ninja. From Cruiserweights to Ninjas for Jack Gallagher. Time for Marvel/DC to make their pick in the 43rd round. Boom, 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 boom. Select the Silver Surfer. That's Marvel. And with the first pick in the 44th round, they select, they being Marvel/DC, Cyclops. Not sure how he's gonna work. I mean, his only power is his eyes, right? He's not like super strong, super fast. He just shoots lasers out of his... He just shoots frickin' lasers out of his eyeballs. Yeah. Maybe we'll have headbutts and stuff that are super hard. I don't know. But he goes to Marvel/DC, on the Marvel side, you could say. As we go to the Kagi Ninja 44th pick. as they select Chris Redfield from Resident Evil. Yeah. And we go to WGL's 44th pick. Which is an uncreated guy or undownloaded. Angel. Oh, Angel from the CAW League. That was another. When Wrestling Generations was trying to fill their show, they made 6 default characters: 3 women, 3 men, 2 as good as possible of both sex. From both. It was pretty much 2 defaults who were just default, like create a character, done. And then they made 2 versions, a man and woman, that were good. They were the good versions. And then 2 that were the evil versions. Angel was the good version, hence the name Angel. And he finished up a top contender for the CAW World Title. So that's who CW... why do I say CW? That's who WGL picks in the 44th round and the 44th round. And now, to start the final round of this draft, in the 45th round, the first pick going to WGL, they select Kenny Omega, the Cleaner. Be interesting what they do, WGL does with Kenny Omega and AJ Styles. Omega became the leader of Bullet Club when he literally kicked AJ out. Super kicked him out. One Winged Angeled him out. Anyway, Kenny Omega, current leader of Bullet Club. AJ Styles, kind of a member of the club in WWE, which is pretty much Bullet Club, but he's on a different show. But his boys are still the club. I mean, he still wears things that make me think that he's still part of the club. Oh, it'd been interesting to see what WWE would have done if Kenny Omega would have came over after Wrestle Kingdom in time for the Rumble. Anyway, time for Kagi Ninja's final pick, as they select a Harlem Globetrotter. No Globetrotter in particular, I guess a generic Harlem Globetrotter. He's not selected yet, or created yet, or downloaded yet. So, yeah. And now, with the final pick in the Back to Brag Sports GM Challenge Draft, Marvel/DC selects the uncreated/undownloaded Venom from Marvel, Spider-Man's rival. So I guess Spider-Man has another rival now, other than Green Goblin. And that's the draft, folks. But I'm getting word. We're already getting releases and signings. Here's the list I've been getting. Kagi Ninja has released Darth Vader, and to replace Darth Vader, has signed Maurice. Here's another one. Wow. Just drafted Venom has been released and been replaced with Deadpool. There are 2 Dean Ambroses. Anyway, more releases coming in. Mayor McCheese from Kagi Ninja has been released. And he's being replaced with Daredevil. Now, it's kind of a steal from Marvel if they were going to release anyone else, which I'm hearing they are. They are releasing both foot soldiers. They have not said who they're replacing them with. Rumor is Mario and Luigi from Mario Brothers. Another Kagi Ninja release. Say goodbye, Kagi Ninja fans, to Enzo Mori. Say hello to Captain Jack Sparrow. And the final release I'm getting is the Bionic Woman is getting released and replaced with Cammy from Street Fighter. So yeah, that's what we got here. So here we go. We're gonna list all the rosters. Wrestling Generations, which I'm hearing has some guys on the chopping block, but no one's getting the chop yet. But here's their roster. Wrestling Generation League's roster. Triple H, Stephanie McMahon, Samoa Joe, Jimmy and Jay Uso, The Miz, Vince McMahon, Charlotte, Becky Lynch, Bayley, Sasha Banks, Big E, Xavier, Kofi Kingston, Aldo Rose / Adam Rose, Bray Wyatt, Kevin Owens, Kalisto, Curtis Axel, Heath Slater, Bo Dallas, Roderick Strong, Rob Carnage, who will be teaming with Roderick Strong, Rusev, Eddie Raja entered by Graham Morgan. Oh, Roderick Strong and Rob Carnage were entered by Rob Marino. Luke Gallows, Carl Anderson, Luke Harper, Paige, Alberto Del Rio, or El Patron now, Naomi, Nikki and Brie Bella, Undertaker, Dub Bears, aka Cuddle Buddy and Victor the Wrestling Bear, entered in by Christian Battalupi, Kuchiko Okada, AJ Styles, Juan the Mexican, entered in by Juan Merriman, Victoria the Queen, entered in by Wrestling Generations, Gavin Knotts, CAW champion, entered in by Gavin Fletcher, C.W. Anderson, Perry Saturn, Angel, who was entered in by Wrestling Generations, and Kenny Omega. Marvel vs. DC's roster is Joker, Batman, Laura Croft, Nathan Drake, Leonardo, Raphael from Ninja Turtles, Spider-Man, Sea-Dog, Ra's al Ghul, Superman, Supergirl, Poison Ivy, Donatello, Michelangelo from Ninja Turtles, Harley Quinn, Catwoman, Shredder from Ninja Turtles, Deathstroke, Incredible Hulk, She-Hulk, Captain America, The Rock. Foot Soldiers were released, never replaced. Robin, Riddler, Solomon Grundy, Ultimate Warrior, Wolverine, Storm, Batgirl, Kim Kardashian, Black Widow, Red Skull, Vin Diesel, Arrow, Magneto, Mystique, The Flash, Lady Gaga, Lex Luthor, Green Goblin, Silver Surfer, Cyclops, and Deadpool, who replaced Venom. And finally, Kagi Ninja's roster is Dean Ambrose, who I hear will start as their world champion, Scorpion, Alexa Bliss, Scorpion from Mortal Kombat, by the way, Alexa Bliss, Michael Myers from Halloween, Carmella, Darth Vader was replaced by Maurice. Ninja Gaiden, who will be one half of their tag champions, I hear. Wonder Woman, Bret Hart, Spider-Man Noir, Spider-Woman, James Ellsworth, Chris Jericho, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, Shinsuke Nakamura, Sister Abigail, Sin Cara, Rey Mysterio, Macho Man Randy Savage, Bruce Lee, Lana, Star-Lord, Braun Strowman, Sting, HBK, Elvis Presley, Papa Shango, Jinder Mahal, Kagi Ninja, who will be teamed up with Ninja Gaiden as the tag champions, I hear. Austin Aries, Mandy Rose, female Kagi Ninja, or female ninja, femme ninja. Ty Dillinger, Black Mask, Rorschach, Arnold the Terminator, Mary McCheese, who is being replaced by Daredevil, Monopoly Guy, Bionic Woman, who is being replaced by Cammy from Street Fighter, Paris Hilton, Paul Bear, Enzo, who is being replaced by Captain Jacques Sparrow, Jack Gallagher, Chris Redfield, and a Harlem Globetrotter. And there it is, folks. Your 2000 WWE 2K17 Back to Brag Sports GM Challenge rosters. The rosters can change through the season. Like we just had releases right after the draft. You have releases and signs during the draft. Yeah, so we'll see how that goes. How everyone shows pan out. Check Back to Brag Sports. Saturdays, I'm hearing, is when the release. Every week, every show will release an episode. Every show has a pay-per-view every month, so one pay-per-view per show every month as well, which will also be released on Saturday, I believe. So join us for that. And go log on to the Sea Dogs WGL Transition Marathon, where we encourage you to donate to charities. Yeah. So, thanks for joining us. Thanks to those who stuck out the hour and 37-minute draft. And see you next time.